wild boars in the US destroy cornfields, causing a loss of $2.5 billion USD a year. 8 years after the US implemented a program to control losses caused by wild boars, this ferocious and hungry wild animal is still a great threat to American farmers, nature, and the environment. Wild boars have been exterminated in 1141 US states, where they appeared in 2014 and 2015, and even fewer wild boars in the remaining 30 states. However, although the US government allocated more than 100 million USD to exterminate, it is estimated that there are still 6 to 9 million wild boars causing harm nationwide, destroying crop areas, eating deer and turkey meat and eggs. Turkeys and even fawns. They carry parasites and diseases, and their feces pollute rivers and streams. The total estimated damage to the United States is at least 2.5 billion USD a year, an increase of 1 billion USD compared to the 2014 estimate. The states with the most devastating feral hogs are California, Oklahoma, Texas, and Florida. These states are still placed on the highest alert by the program, with more than 750,000 wild boars. The states of Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina are estimated to have between 100,000 and 750,000 wild boars per state. The US Department of Agriculture's USDA National Program to Manage Wild Boar Injury has received $31.5 million in funding since the program's inception in 2014. The US Congress passed the remaining Agriculture Act, an additional 75 million USD for this wild boar eradication project. Research also continues to find ways to poison feral pigs without killing other animals, said Michael Marlowe, Assistant Program Director for the USDA. But currently, the two main methods for controlling wild boars are shooting them from the air and remote-controlled traps, which send images via mobile phones when a pig sounds inside the trap. Some states have allowed night hunting of wild boar. Derek Chisholm, who grows peanuts, cotton and wheat in Oklahoma, said he has killed 120 to 150 birds a year since the state allowed shooting in 2019. Since 1414, the states of Idaho, New York, New Jersey, Maryland, Maine, Colorado, Iowa, Minnesota, Washington, Wisconsin, and Vermont have exterminated small herds of feral swine, although control programs remain in place in 6 states. Name last. Mike Bodenchuk, Director of the USDA's Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service, APS, said the total wild boar herd in Texas has been pretty stable at about 3 million since 2011. But the reduction in the state's feral hog population, let alone eradicating it completely, could be a long job with the tools and money available. In spring, wild boar sows usually give birth to 10 to 12 cubs. Wild boars usually have 8, 10 udders, but it is rare to see pigs with more than 12 udders. Female wild boar, 6, 7 months old, about 20 to 27 kilograms, has begun to go into heat. The estrus of a female wild boar is more severe than the estrus of a domestic pig, so it is difficult to detect. They usually rarely roar and like to lie in one place. The vulva is red and swollen for the first 2 days, then turns purple from the 3rd and 4th days. The estrus process lasts 3 to 4 days, and if not bred, it will appear again 22 days later. New estrus. Sexual activity and testosterone production in boars is triggered by day length and reaches its highest level in mid-autumn. During the mating season, single males will join the female pig herd. They will fight each other to compete for the right to mate, and the winner will take over all the matings. Near the time of giving birth, Pregnant pigs will find or create their own burrows and search for dry leaves and dry grass to make a nest. Earthen burrows or holes used for breeding nests are usually private, quiet, warm, and dry places. This is where they protect their young. Sandy soil is most suitable for pregnant pigs to dig for nests. They are very aggressive when raising their young. The mother pig does not want humans and other animals to know about her litter. Due to living in the wild boars grow slowly. Sometimes at 1 year old they can only weigh 30 to 40 kilograms. When pigs reach 30 kg head or more, the growth rate of wild boars slows down. Many female pigs come into heat and are bred for the first time at 7, 8 months of age, and only weighs around 20 kilograms. Wild boars usually have a low number of babies per litter, from 5 to 8 babies. Newborn piglets are small, only a few ounces each. Piglets are often raised and cared for by the mother pig until the mother pig becomes pregnant again. This period can sometimes last up to 3-4 months. Wild boars usually give birth to 1.2-1.3 litters a year. But if domesticated and separated from the herd early when raising young, wild boars reproduce very well, about 2-2.3 litters a year. When wild boars are in heat and after mating, they can live together with the herd until they give birth. When they are close to giving birth, they will separate from the herd and make a nest. Most pigs make nests out of grass and tree branches. Depending on their ability, they can find a pile about 1 meter high. They look for a high place to nest. The mother pig will crawl in and dig a hollow in the middle of the grass, then give birth and raise her babies here for 4 months, until the babies grow up healthy, and then bring them into the herd to live normally as before. Mother pigs and babies stay together in the nest or near the nest for 4-6 days. Then the mother pig and her baby will return to the herd. Piglets often suckle from their mothers. Wild boars are omnivores. They eat grass, roots, fruits, insects, and other mollusks. Being nomadic animals, they travel across mainland Europe. After just one night, you can travel up to 30 kilometers through the forest. In southern France, wild boars move 2 15 km a night, even though the area is only 2,150 hectares large. Within 2-3 months, adult pigs cover an area of 500, 1,000, 2,000 hectares, 500, 5,000 hectares for adult male pigs, adult female pigs and gilts, respectively. Within 6 to 12 months, the area they cover can reach 10,000 hectares. If there is a favorite place along the way, they can settle there for a month, a year, or many years, and then change their residence compared to all animals that are attached to a wild lifestyle. Boar. Wild boars are often active in the early morning and late afternoon, and become nocturnal in quiet areas. They spend 4-8 hours a day grazing and moving to areas with food. When they eat, they often eat whole flocks. Single male pigs sometimes participate in activities with the herd, where they show off their strength. Boars are usually active animals at dusk, grazing from dusk to dawn, with periods of rest during the day and at night. They are omnivores, eating everything they come across, such as grass, almonds, berries, corpses, roots, fruits, leftovers, insects, worms, and small reptiles. The range of activity can be even greater if the animal is expelled from the herd, causing it to wander. A study in Europe showed that they can travel up to 5,250 kilometers. In piglets, the digging habit begins immediately after the first few days after birth, weaning after 3-4 months. At about 2 weeks old, they start eating hard foods like crickets and larvae. When giving birth, pigs often look for a hidden piece of land. Pigs dig into a hole 5-10 centimeters deep. Then they piled up trash and tree branches about 1 meter high. Every day they only leave the nest to look for food. They have the ability to steal their children to one place when their children are scattered. Wild boar usually does not back down from any obstacle on its way. It can run through the most dangerous places when being hunted, or is ready to fight hunting dogs in a stubborn position. If you suddenly encounter a pig in the deep forest, it will first stand motionless and look up with friendly eyes to show friendship, then gently retreat with short steps and a wagging tail. If startled or cornered, female pigs, especially with their cubs, can defend themselves and their cubs with considerable force. When preparing to fight back, the boar will lower its head and show its fangs. Female pigs often attack by grabbing and biting. Pigs' blows are usually not fatal to humans, but cause serious injuries that leave the opponent disabled and bleeding.